Happy 4th of July, everyone. Welcome to the Rider Time podcast here on the Morphin Network. I'm Mike, your host, and today we'll be discussing the 41st episode of Kamen Rider. That is Glasses Creeping Closer. Ooh. Boy, is this a freaky episode that we ran ourselves into. And yes, we got plenty of sweets ready for this. Unfortunately, a little overdone, but everything's a work in progress. Just like how Neil's experiments, we have to constantly put a lot of work into things. So where we last left off, Glotta's gone. Lango might not be, and President Jaluduk is kind of pissed. So he's like, okay, stealing humans is a little slow, so let's come up with a different plan. Let's instead try to take over the human world altogether, and then the humans will become easy pickings for us. And I've got the perfect test subject for you, Niel. So he pulls up a sheet where we see a mysterious granute. We don't know who that granute is. We only see their legs on a cadaver board. Who is it? We don't know. But apparently they have the power of hypnosis. Yes, that's a Barroso reference from Ultraman Z. We finished Ultraman Z. We are referencing Ultraman Z. Oh, but incidentally, Shoma's relationship with that candy store clerk is going very swimmingly. I wonder if there's anything going on with that. But of course, Shoma notices something really odd. He notices a bunch of people repeating all kinds of bizarre behaviors, like opening, closing a car door. And a mysterious hooded figures fleeing the sea. Ooh. What could that be? We have an updated theme song, naturally. They didn't change anything pertaining to Lango, despite him revealing to be alive, possibly. But Glotta's disappeared, just like Sheeta did as of episode 16. So now it's just, Sheeta disappears, leaving G by himself. Then Glotta disappears with Danielle by himself. And then it cuts to President Jaluduk, so, there's that. But what's going on in this episode? Well, this episode is actually fillerish. It's very low momentum at first. But yeah, no, our main characters, they're reflecting that, like all of us have noticed that some weird stuff has been going on. Like people repeatedly going down slides or people repeatedly sweeping and not leaving. A person did a headstand until, someone did a handstand until they just could not sustain it anymore. Basically, it's the plank challenge. If you don't remember the plank challenge, consider yourself lucky. The plank challenge was really dumb. Meanwhile, Hanto is looking for Inoue, who's supposed to be a relative of Shoma's mother, because again, this is an overarching arc that he is looking for people. But Hanto is given an address to work with, since whoever lives at this home address is currently at work. Meanwhile, now that what's it called? What's his name? Lakia. It's like now that he's defeated the person who killed his brother, he doesn't really have much of a plot to go by anymore. Other than, and it's like, I have to hope that no one worse takes over the company. So I guess I have nothing to do but to stick around, maybe help Shoma around. But yeah, Lakia finds a fisherman behaving in this bizarre way that we normally do, and while Shoma makes the scene, he notices the hooded figure. So the two of them go chase down the hooded figure, And who could this mysterious figure be? Well, Hanto. Well, not Hanto, but the two main characters. They do find the mysterious figure making another person just like repeatedly push a button on a vending machine. And yes, they're accompanied by Nyelv. He remarks that for now, he can only do the most basic commands, but hopefully later they can do much more complex ones. And yeah, so it turns out Nyelv transplanted the corpse of this mysterious granule with the hypnotic powers onto another person. And who could this other person be? Well, we'll get to that. Kanto finds the address that he was of the workplace of this Inoue person, and it's none other than the candy store clerk that we've known the entire season. And it's revealed that he's missing his sister, and shows a picture of it. So yeah, it turns out this guy that Shoma's been really close friends with is actually his uncle. Not Uncle Dente, his uncle on his mother's side. It's kind of interesting because, like, imagine having Iroh on your mom's side of the family and Iroh on your dad's side of the family. Although technically Iroh was never from Zuko's mother's side. He was always on the dad's side of the family, but he was always more sympathetic towards the mom because, she's a descendant of Avatar Roku. But it's still very interesting because, like, out of all the possible coincidental things that could possibly happen, this is the thing that happens coincidentally. What are the odds? In any case, Shoma's conflicted. Like, he doesn't... It's like the guy is worried about the whereabouts of his sister, which is good. But Hanto does not reveal that she's dead or that she has a son. And he's conflicted as to whether or not to reveal to Shoma that this guy that Shoma knew this whole time is actually his uncle. But after following more leads, Shoma and Lakia hunt down the hooded figure. And it's revealed to be none other than... You ready for this? I mean, I think we all saw this coming, but you ready for this? It's actually Suga.
Oh, hell no! 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 Oh, hell no!
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, that human that they transplanted that granute tissue onto to give it hypnotic power, to give this human hypnotic powers, was Suga the whole time. And yeah, I love how Hanto just like rips that hood off, revealing the horror and shock, and it is just beautiful. Now, what was this original granite? It's kind of odd because it does have red scales on it, and I'm trying to figure out, is this some kind of fish granite? Is it a reptile granite? Maybe a dragon, perhaps? Who knows? But yeah, it turns out Suga was dying. Not dead, but definitely dying. And Yelv just kept his body alive this whole time, only to use as part of an experiment. And it is weirdly obedient. And yes, he even transplanted a dark Gavv onto him. And this one's a little interesting because it seemingly looks like it has a third eye on it, which I'm pretty sure the original Black Gavv did not have it. Quick aside, there is a scene where Jeeb tells Lysel that he doesn't want to turn back into Sheeta because he's got a Black Gavv transplanted onto him, and he doesn't want to see Sheeta's human body wearing a Black Gavv. So it's like he's staying in his Jeep form. And yes, Lysel starts, polishing the Black Gavv. It's kind of weird and creepy, but But it's interesting that that Suga's Black Gavv looks kind of different from the ones we've seen before, namely because of that third eye. And yes, Neil does tease the others. It's like, what are you planning? Geez, indeed, what could I possibly be planning? I guess it's for me to know and you to not find out. We get this really epic scene where all three of them final forms. So I'm like, yeah. It is just so damn cool seeing all three of them transform at the same time into their final forms. I'm still not a fan of Blam's final forms design, but hey, he has a final form. We're gonna own it. And of course, Suga gets a new Gochizo to transform, so we have yet another variation of his cookie cutter, no pun intended, transformation. Yes, this time he is a marble cookie. He's a marble cookie. What is a marble cookie? Well, it's hard to tell based on what I'm showing you, but basically, it's a cookie that uses the dough of two different flavors of cookies, like, say, a chocolate cookie and a cinnamon cookie. They kind of like roll them together in a sense after they've been cooled and tempered. And then you cut off cross sections of this amalgamation so that the cross section has sort of like a marble coloring when it's finished baking. It is unfortunately a very difficult cookie to make. As you can tell, I have struggled to make it work. But it is what it is. You know, when you have a light brown and a dark brown dough, it kind of blends together. I probably should have used some kind of like white food coloring for the cinnamon part and use a lot more cocoa powder for this, but it is what it is, you know. It's not too bad, but I know I could make it better if I really tried. I'm just really pressed for it. But, with that in mind, still not a fan of Kamen Rider Bake's design. It's really boring. I'm sorry. Whether it's Kamen Rider Bake or Kamen Rider Bitter Gavv, that design is just boring. It's just a recolor of the same costume. I will say this: Jeeb's potato sticks form is probably the best of the designs, just because it looks somewhat different. And like, I love the head sculpt a lot better, but there's really not much to it. Shoma tries to fight. Shoma and Lakia try to fight off Niel, while Hunter tries to fight off against Kamen Rider Bake. But unfortunately, Kamen Rider Bake seemingly hit him with an attack. And it's revealed that Niel has sort of like an adhesive ability. It's like he spits out this poisonous adhesive, and he's able to lick it up when he tastes it in his human form. So I'm like,
oh, hell no! 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 Oh, hell no!
Oh, hell no.
but just when it seems they have Niel cornered, out of nowhere, Shoma gets grabbed by Hanto, and he has him in an arm lock. They both fall to the ground, and the episode ends with Hanto using his icy fist attack right towards the camera, presumably at Shoma, and that's where the episode ends. See, like I said, not much happens. The main thing that happens is Niel brought Suga kind of back to life, but not really. He kind of brought Suga back to life, but as sort of like a mindless zombie, but he has like mind control powers. So now Hanto is fighting with the enemy. Mind you, not by choice, but it is incidentally occurring. As far as the reveal that we now know who Shoma's relative is, that's an interesting angle. I can't wait to see how they tackle this, but it can't help but feel that in this upcoming episode, in the next episode, or the episode after, they're gonna kill off Niel. Let's be honest. Longo, he died in 2 episodes. Glana died in 2 episodes. And keep in mind, 2 episodes from now, they kind of reveal in this episode that Niel is still around and Suga is still around. I think they're both going to be defeated by episode 43, and we're going to finish the arc right then and there. We're going to finish the arc around episode 43, and you're going to have the final arc. And what's appropriate about it is that, well, I don't know exactly what they're going to do with Longo, but assuming he's not around, that leaves Jeeb as the final remaining member of the Stomach family. And again, I stand by the possibility it's going to be easily discarded by what's her name, Lyselle. And I wouldn't be surprised that with Niel gone, it's like we're going to have the Geludic family as the final villains. How will Lyselle and President Geludic gonna like fit into this? Well, if I had to guess the breakdown, I'm gonna go on a limb and say, if the final arc starts with episode 44, episode 44 and 45 is gonna focus on defeating a Jeeb one last time. After 45 is over, we're gonna cut to the movie. We got the movie happening right after, because with all 5 siblings gone, asterisk on Longo, that's a perfect opportunity to have the film take place where we're probably in an alternate universe where the 5 members of the Stomach family are the good guys, kind of like Wipeout from Ninja Storm. I think having killed off all 5 siblings is probably the best place to have a movie where all 5 of them are good guys. Then episode 46 and 47 is going to focus on Lyselle as the final boss. And then with Lyselle gone, that's going to incur President Geludic's wrath, and he's going to be the final boss. And he's going to have 2 episodes, which leads with 49 episodes. How will Longo fit into this? I don't know. Maybe he's going to haunt Jeeb for a bit. A ghost of Jeeb's mistakes. And I really hope that he taunts him with oh yeah, Shoma's more of a man than you are, Jeeb. Because at least he has conviction. You just sit around and do nothing. Or who knows? Maybe he's gonna have a final battle against President Geludic and probably lose. Maybe he'll get absorbed or something. I don't know. Or maybe we're gonna have an epilogue with a 50th episode. I don't know if this show is gonna have 48 episodes, 49 episodes, 50 episodes. It could go any way. It could go in any way. Actually, typically, Labor Day weekends when the new season starts. So just out of curiosity, I'm just going to try to map out how many episodes are left. So around Sunday the 6th, we're going to have episodes 42, 43, 44, 45, which leads us to August. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, with episode 50 being on the 31st, or 49 on the 31st, depending on whether or not they're going to take a hiatus week, which sometimes they do. But 49 or 50 episodes, which would cause the next Kamen Rider to air on the 7th. The 7th of September. September 7th. Why does that date feel familiar? September 7th. I feel like something important is supposed to happen that day. Well, probably nothing important. But the point is, there's going to be about 49 or 50 episodes. So that would be the likely timeline. Kill Off the Elf in episode 43. Which will lead to the final arc. Kill Off Jeeb in 45. Kill Off Lucelle at 47. And then finally, President Shaludak will be the final boss at 49. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I hope there's not going to be a 50th epilogue episode. That would just be weird. But, that's the episode. Honestly, this episode's an 8. Some good stuff happens, but nothing to write home about. No comments tonight. But thank you guys so much for watching. I know it's 4th of July weekend, and we're gonna party hardy. We're gonna eat some baked goods, have some red meat for some barbecue, get some fireworks running. But at the end of the day, we love you guys. On behalf of the Morphin Network, happy 4th of July. We love you guys. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon. Stay notified for our latest videos. We do Ultraman Omega this Monday, starting July 7th. That's probably the date I got confused, by the way. Because tonight, Pacific time zone, Ultraman Omega is debuting on YouTube. The international subtitle version's already up. I'm going to be watching it right after this podcast is over. The English dub should upload very soon, probably around 8 p.m. And yeah, Mondays, Ultraman Arc. Wednesdays, Kamen Rider Gavv. Thursdays, #1 Sentai Gojuger. And then Sunday, we got the final couple of episodes of the original Kamen Rider. Just 8 episodes left to discuss. 4 of them will be this Sunday. We hope to see you guys then and there. And afterwards, we're going to spin the wheel to decide what season we're going to do after the original Kamen Rider. So good to be finally done with that season, because it's the longest season. And with that out of the way, it's going to get a little bit easier, notwithstanding Beast and X and TTFC specials and whatnot, because that is a thing that we're going to have to deal with in a lot of the seasons that we haven't done yet. Also, check out our interviews. We just recently uploaded our interviews of Brad Hawkins, Mike Hollander, and Sarah Joy Brown, the 3 actors from VR Troopers. We interviewed all 3 of them. All 3 interviews are up on our channel. We hope you guys watch. We hope you guys enjoy. Check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we discuss various movies. We just finished Karate Kid month, and we're moving on to John Wick month in honor of the ballerina movie. And finally, G-Quox, the final reel is up. What show we're going to make reels up next? Well, Leah's going to make an announcement. Also, we only need 40 more subscribers in order to reach 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. And once we hit that milestone, we're going to discuss the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, in honor of its 30th anniversary. We love you guys. We are honored by all the support you've given us. And as a sign of that love, we're going to discuss Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, when we hit 3,000 subscribers. We only need 40 more of you guys to join the Morphin Network army. We love you guys. But until next time, stay safe, stay hydrated, update your emergency kits, hug your loved ones. See you again really soon. If you want to say hi to any of us in person, Jake is going to be at G-Fest next weekend at the Hyatt in Chicago, Illinois. It's going to be July 11th to the 13th. And me, Ryan, and possibly Leo will be at ToonCon on September 7th. That's what I was remembering. September 7th. We're going to be at ToonCon at Burbank at the Marriott Convention Center. Hope to see you guys there. It's going to be the 20th anniversary of the Batman. But until then, we love you guys. See you again real soon. Goodbye.